Hi Stampers! Today we're going to make this card and I'm using the Brayer for the background. So let's go ahead and get started. One thing I want to tell you is that I won't be using the silver glass glitter today. We'll be just using the dazzling diamonds. Let's go ahead and get started with the card. The measurements for the card, the base card, is 5.5 by 8.5 and then scored at 4 1/4, and this is the Bashful Blue. And then I'm using the Whisper White, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And the Marina Mist is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then we're going to use the glossy cardstock, and this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then the stamp set we're going to use is Come to Bethlehem. Love this set. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the glossy cardstock because that's the main part of the card. We're going to use the Brayer, and then we're going to use 2 colors of ink. So we're going to use the Bashful Blue, and then we're going to use the Marina Mist. I'm going to use both colors. I'm just going to get a piece of scrap paper here so I can brayer over this, not make a big mess. Okay, so depending on how you want your colors to be on your glossy cardstock, I'm going to use the Marina Mist for the bottom and then the Bashful Blue for the top. And you're just going to take your brayer and you're going to put the ink pads right up next to each other, and you're just going to ink up your brayer with both colors the same time. Isn't that great? And what I'm doing is I'm just moving left to right to try to get that brayer covered with the ink equally. Okay. So then I'm just going to take my brayer and I'm going to go over my cardstock. In glossy, it will take a few minutes to dry. So you want to set that aside or take your heat gun to it. Okay, and then you just go through it and you're just going to roll your brayer across your cardstock to blend those 2 colors together, and that's how you get that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so like I said, you're just going to either set that aside or take your heat gun tool. And this is what the heat gun tool looks like. So I'm just going to quickly just run this across this a couple times. Okay. Okay, so this should be pretty much dry. So that's what you're going to get. Let me move this away here. Okay, so now I'm going to take the 3 Wise Men Going to Bethlehem from that stamp set. And I'm going to take the Versamark ink pad. And I'm just going to ink this up really good. It's a larger stamp, so make sure you get really good coverage. Okay, so then before we stamp, we're going to run our embossing buddy across the cardstock just a little bit, just to prevent that static from the embossing powder. And then I'm just going to stamp the image, and you want to press down really good. Okay, and the Versamark stamp's clear, so you're not going to be able to see it unless you tilt it. Okay. Anyway, so let me get my scrap paper here again. I'm just going to take my black embossing powder. Just going to sprinkle this across that. Then just give it a couple flicks there and just knock off the extra embossing powder. This is what it's going to look like. And then you're going to take your heat gun and heat that up. But I went ahead and did that already, so let me go ahead and clean up this mess here. Okay, so here's the one that I finished, and it's already embossed with the heat gun. And then what you're going to do next is you're just going to rip towards you to expose that white underneath that cardstock. Just rip towards you. And then I'm just going to take my fingernail and lightly just go across that edge. Okay? And then I'm going to take some dimensionals and pop that up. Okay. Okay, then set that aside. Then we're going to go ahead and put the card together. Okay, so I'm going to take the Bashful Blue and I'm going to layer the Whisper White on top of that. So it looks like that. Then take the Marina Mist. Okay, like that. Then you're going to take your layer, peel off the backings of the dimensionals. Okay, so then before we add that, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the greeting at the bottom. And the greeting says, "Oh come, let us adore him." And it's from the same stamp set. Just going to stamp that along the edge and the bottom, like that. Okay, then you're going to take your layer and you're just going to place this right in the center of that Marina Mist. You cut that the same size. So there's the card. Okay, now to jazz it up, we're going to add some dazzling diamonds around the edge. I'm just going to take the 2/8 glue pin, I'm just going to run it across that whisper white edge. And then take my dazzling diamonds. Okay. There you go. So pretty. And then this is the one with the silver glass glitter. Isn't it pretty? Okay. Thanks for stopping by and we'll see you later. Bye.